Hello LAP, this is Brandon Rice here coming to you with your chairman's report. We'll lead off with the order bank. The Escape is at 29,140. Corsair is at 3,832 for a total of 32,972. Our schedule looks to remain on the 9 hours that we've been seeing at least through next week. Could possibly go beyond that, but next week is for sure. Had a lot of rumors about a down week in December. I just wanted to address that and tell you guys that that is not true. We do have a stop ship right now on a Corsair, the EV, but that is for a reflash. We only build about 26 units a day, not per shift, per day on that unit. They are being parked. We're supposed to have to flash next week, and those are probably going to get addressed next weekend. But that is not something that's going to affect production in any negative way. There's not any large stop ship or huge issue that's causing anything else that's going to be a problem for production. Next up, let's address the elephant in the room, shift equalization. I've seen a lot of people talking about that on Facebook, talking about night shift going longer than day shift, and I do know Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, night shift was running longer than days, building more units as well. First off, I want to lead by telling you that we don't have any language that allows us to lock the company into, if your number is 1,056 units today, each shift is going to build 528. It's not designed that way, and we don't have the ability to. We do our best, and we stay on the company about trying to keep things as fair as they can between shifts. I actually had a conversation with John Bell yesterday about that very thing. The original plan, day shift went a little longer. Night shift was going to go a little shorter, which actually ended up turning into a lot shorter because of a parts issue that was going to hit us first thing this morning, so you all ended up going 8 hours. But we do have those conversations. We do try to keep things as fair as we can. On the flip side, if you think just a little bit back, we had the day that a night shift went, I think it was 3.6 or 3.8 hours. Night shift didn't exclusively run longer to make that up either. When we take a snapshot and we look at a 4-week or an 8-week period, the hours are closer than you'd think between the shifts. When they're not, we do try to address that, and we try to do everything that we can with it. So I wanted to talk on that and let you guys know that we do stay on top of it, but we can't look at the company and say, you're only allowed to run 512 units tonight because you only ran 512 units today on day shift. We don't have the ability to do that. Next, I want to talk about the, as Facebook dubbed it, the shit show. We had a water line that burst Wednesday on day shift. It was not a sewer line, and it was not sewage. It was a lot of water. It was an 8-inch water line that runs to our sprinkler system, or part of our sprinkler system. They test those once a week. When they ran that test on Wednesday and they opened that valve up, that line burst. It burst underneath of the men's room, actually underneath of the locker room in the men's room at A27. I had a lot of people asking, why was the water brown? So I spoke with one of our pipe fitters, and the explanation that I got is, and I'm not a pipe fitter, when the pipe burst, that pipe is buried underground. The first place that the water goes is around the pipe, to the sides, underneath. At first, it does not have the pressure or the ability to be able to just burst through the concrete, so it goes in other directions. What it does is it takes all the dirt that pipe is buried in and turns it into mud. As it spreads out far enough, it finally gets enough pressure, hydraulic pressure there, to be able to raise up and heave the concrete to the point where it cracks. Then we see the water come through the floor. When that happens, it's been making all that mud underneath there first. We get brown water that comes up from the floor. So I did want to address that and let you guys know that was not sewage. It was water and dirt that was around the pipe. Also want to clear up, that is a line that was exclusive for the sprinkler system. so it does not affect any of our potable water. It's not going to affect any of our drinking water, water that goes to our sinks, any of that stuff. That bathroom has been shut down. They've got to repair that pipe under the floor, obviously, and they've also got to assess the damage to the concrete floor itself. It's probably going to be down for a little bit. They've put some porta potties up on AL. I'll be honest with you, I don't expect those are going to get a real high amount of usage. Depending on where you're at in that loop area, there's a bathroom just inside Body Shop. There's a bathroom at A38, and there's a bathroom at D30. So I think we'll probably see people using those other bathrooms rather than the porta pots, but they are there if you need them. Just wanted to clear all that up on that pipe because there was a lot of conversation and people worried about health issues and stuff like that. Next thing up, bunch of talk about the line item on our check last week, the group life imputed that you saw. So what that is, first off, that's not really an income. What that is any group life insurance benefit that is provided to you by the company beyond $50,000 a year has to be taxed as income based on the value of the benefit every year. So at the end of the year, that group life imputed shows up on our check. It has actually shown up the last couple of years, but based off of our income, that life insurance, which is set off of our hourly rate, was about $55,000 a year. So you were only paying taxes on $5,000 of it. That line item amount, I think last year, was less than $10. Because of the raises that we have gotten, our life insurance has went up as well, which means that the taxable amount has gone up as well. So it's a little higher than what we were used to, which is why we've noticed it. When last year, if it was $8 or $9, we didn't even pay attention to it being there. That is something that's done by federal law, being taxed above the $50,000. That's not something that Ford or the union has control of. I guess they possibly could put it on earlier in the year or spread it out, but that's a one-time line item. It won't show up again until next December. Believe that's all I've got as far as hot topics in the plant. Our next union meeting is going to be at LAP. That is next Tuesday the 10th at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Look forward to seeing you at one of those. The Adopt a Child event, if you're interested in going to that, is going to be next Friday the 13th. That's at the LAP Hall, and it starts at 5 p.m. I'm told as of right now they don't need any additional volunteers. They've got enough help, but anybody that wants to is welcome to come and participate, see what we're doing for these kids that are not as fortunate as our own. Also got the Christmas band. The Christmas band is going to be back in the plant this year. They will be on tour Thursday the 19th on day shift and Friday the 20th on night shift. We're going to try and get up and down at least every other aisle so that everybody down through there has an opportunity to see and listen to the band. So hopefully everybody enjoys that. That's all I've got for this week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.